Hello students, let's learn the chapter cell. Now this chapter is very important in biology because this is a basic biology. The cell is the basic unit of life. Henceforth this is very important. So this was also taught you in the previous earlier classes in 6th standard and all. Again we are doing this because this is a base. What is a cell? Cell is the structural and functional unit of life. It has protoplasm in it, and there may be a well-defined nucleus or there may not be. Okay, and it is surrounded by a cell membrane. Cell theory. Now, the cell theory was put up by Rudolf Virchow, Matthias Schleiden, and Schleiden. So, they say that the cell is the smallest unit of structure of all living beings. So, it is the smallest structural unit. Cell is the smallest unit of function of all living beings. All the cells arise from pre-existing cells. Okay, so if we break the body, if we break a certain living body, the smallest part in which we can break the body will be a cell. Now, cells of same species collectively form a tissue. Tissues may form an organ. Organs together form organ systems, and various organ systems together form an organism. This is the relation between the cell and tissues and the organs and organ systems and etc. So this is very important. Learn this. Okay. We can take an example here. A neuron is the cell. Now these neuron cells form a nerve, which is the nervous tissue. Nervous tissues form the nervous the organ, that is the brain and spinal cord, and these form the organ system. Now, various organ systems like reproductive system, digestive system, etc. form the organism, which are us. The cell is usually classified into a plant cell and an animal cell. In the plant cell, cell wall is present. In an animal cell, cell wall is absent. In plant cells, plastids are present. In animal cell, plastids are absent. Plant cell vacuoles are prominent and large. Vacuoles are present or in small and temporary in animals. Centrosome is absent in plant cell and centrosome is present in animal cell. Now there are some cell organelles, that are the cell body parts. Okay. The first is the cell wall. Cell wall is made up of cellulose and is freely permeable. What is freely permeable? It will send any substances in. The location of it is in the outermost layer of plant cell. Okay, so it is the outermost layer of plant cell, but it is absent in the animal cell. Okay, the function of it is to give shape and rigidity to the cell and is freely permeable, hence it allows any substance to pass through it. Okay, so the cell wall is not there in animals because our body is actually very strong enough and it does not need any support of us. But in plants cannot move. Okay, they have to be in the same place. So to protect themselves, this cell wall is there. And if the cell wall was there in animals also, we would also be stiff and we also would have a specific shape. Wall would have a specific shape then. Cell membrane. The structure is made up of lipoproteins and is semi-permeable. That means it will it will send only certain substances in. Location of it is in the inner. It is inner to the cell wall in the plant cell and it is outermost cell membrane in the animal cell. Plant cell has also cell wall, which is the outermost. So the inner is the cell membrane. Function: it is semi-permeable, so allows only selected substances inside this cell. Now it also gives rigidity to the cell and protects the cell. The cell wall is dead while the cell membrane is living because the cell wall is made up of cellulose and the cell membrane is made up of lipoproteins. Endoplasmic reticulum. Endoplasmic reticulum is a tubular double membrane. The structure is so. The location, it connects the nuclear membrane to the cell membrane. Okay, it connects it, so the function must be synthesis and transport of protein and fat in the cell. It is the supportive framework of the cell. Now, some endoplasmic reticulums have the presence of ribosome on them. So, they are called as the rough endoplasmic reticulum, whereas some do not have ribosomes on them. So, they are the smooth endoplasmic reticulum. Ribosomes. They are, by structure, they are granular and spherical. They are made up of ribonucleic acid, RNA. We must have heard of it. Location, it is scattered in the cytoplasm, studded on the endoplasmic reticulum. Okay, so if, in rough endoplasmic reticulum, it is endoplasmic reticulum. By structure, it is a tubular double membrane. Location, it connects the nuclear membrane to the cell membrane. First, so that the function is very unstable. It is the synthesis and transport of protein and fat in the cell. It is a supportive framework of the cell membrane. Now, in some endoplasmic reticulum have presence of ribosome. So, they are called as the rough endoplasmic reticulum. Whereas some do not have the ribosomes on it. So, they are the smooth endoplasmic reticulums. Ribosomes. By structure, they are granular spherical made up of ribonucleic acid, RNA. We must have heard it. Location, they are either scattered in the cytoplasm or they are studded on the endoplasmic reticulum, or they are present in the nucleus. The function is protein synthesis. Mitochondria. By structure, it is a double-walled membrane. The inner wall has a number of folds, and that is called as the cristae. Cristae. Location, it is in the cytoplasm of the cell. Its function is to release energy in the form of adenosine triphosphate and respiratory enzymes. Mitochondria are called as the powerhouse of the cell because mitochondria are sites of cellular respiration, where oxygen is utilized to release energy in the form of adenosine triphosphate, and adenosine triphosphate released is stored in the mitochondria. Whenever plant needs energy, it is burst out, and mitochondria gives out adenosine triphosphate. That is the energy. Golgi body or Golgi apparatus. By structure, they are flat membrane sacs with tubules and vesicles called as the cisternae. What are they called? Cisternae. The location is scattered in the cytoplasm. They perform synthesis and secretion of enzymes and hormones. It forms the formation of acrosome and of sperm penetrating the egg membrane is formed by the Golgi apparatus. Lysosomes. Structure, they are membranous sac containing 40 different types of enzymes. Its location is in the cytoplasm of a cell. Function, intracellular digestion and destroy lysosomes. By structure, they are membranous sac containing 40 different enzymes. Location is in the cytoplasm of a cell. Function, intracellular digestion and destroy the foreign substances. Now, lysosomes are called as the suicidal bags as they contain digestive enzymes and hydrolyzing enzymes in them. Now, when certain foreign substances or foreign body enters a cell, the lysosomes destroy the cell organelles, and when the cell is old or injured, we burst and the old digestive enzymes just eat up all the cells. So, they are also called as the suicidal bags. Centrosome. It is made up of two centrioles. Centrioles are surrounded by microtubules. It's located only in the animal cell near the nucleus. They are not in the plant cell. Its function is to initiate and regulate cell division in animal cells. It helps in formation of spindle fibers with help of aster. So, cell division is took place by the centrosome. Plastids. The plastids are of three types: chloroplast, chromoplast and leucoplast. They are present only in the plant cell. Now, if we see, we are not colorful. We have skin color or dark or white, but we are not colorful. We are not red and green and pink and all. Okay, so it's the plastids are not present in the animal cell. Okay, but they are present in the plant cell. Hence, plant is green in color, leaves and all. The bark is brown in color. The fruit is of different colors. The flower is of different colors. Now, let us learn about the types of plastids in detail. Chloroplast. It's a double membrane with the inner grana arranged in thylakoids, which has green colored pigment. Okay, so there are coin like structures inside them. They are called as the grana, and the grana, the plural of it is granum. They are arranged in one upon another like coin stacks, and the stacks are called as the thylakoids. Okay, they have the green color pigment in them. We can see the first image, that is the chloroplast. They are in the epidermis of leaf, more on the upper epidermis. Its function is to trap solar energy for photosynthesis. Chloroplast. Chloroplast is called as the kitchen of a cell because chloroplast contains pigment chlorophyll, which traps solar energy. Okay, it traps solar energy and prepare food by photosynthesis. Okay. Chromoplast. Chromoplast contains pigment, carotene and xanthophyls, which impart colors to fruits and flowers. Okay, we can see chromoplast in the screen. Leucoplast, it is a colorless pigment and it stores starch. We can see in the screen. Nucleus. Its structure is spherical. By structure, it is spherical, dense organelle surrounded by nuclear membrane with pores which allow the substances to enter and leave the nucleus. By location, it's present in the center of the animal cell, and in the plant cell, it's pushed to the periphery. Why? We will learn afterwards. Function, it regulates all the cell functions and contain chromosomes which carry hereditary characters. There are certain parts of nucleus. First is the nucleolus. It's a round dense body inside the nucleus, and it produces ribosomes which help in protein synthesis, forming and storing ribonucleic acid. Chromatin fibers. Chromatin fiber is a network of thread-like structures containing DNA, that is deoxyribonucleic acid, which in the resting stage they condense to form chromosomes. Okay, they condense to form chromosomes. Its function is that the chromosomes carry hereditary information of the genes to form the genes. Okay, there is a give reason here. Nucleus is called as the director or the brain of the cell. The answer is so that it regulates all the cell functions and carry chromosomes which have the hereditary information from the parent to the offspring. We can see these are the parts of the nucleus. The first is the nucleolus and the second is the chromatin network. Cytoplasm. The structure is it contains a mixture of water soluble inorganic and organic compounds and organelles. Its location it is from the nuclear membrane to the cell membrane. Function, all the metabolic functions take place in the cytoplasm. Different organelles in the cytoplasm carry out different functions. Cell inclusions. They are vacuole, tonoplast and granules. Vacuole. The space with water or solution large in plant cell outermost membrane surrounding the vacuole, that is the tonoplast. Function, function storage of water, another substances, food, pigments and waste products. So I told you that why the nucleus is in the center of animal cell and the periphery of plant cell. So in animal cell it is normal center of the cell, but in plant cell it is at the periphery because the vacuole in the plant cell is very very big. So it covers almost all the cells and henceforth it pushes all the organelles and the cytoplasm and the nucleus to the periphery. Hence cytoplasm is dense in plant cell and nucleus is at the periphery. Granules. Structure, it's made up of small particles, crystals and or droplets. Function, granules serve as food for cell. In plant cell, It is in the form of starch granules, while animal cell, they are glycogen and fat granules. So with this we complete the chapter cell. I hope you must have understood. Now children, we actually have not completed it. We are remaining with two terms which are not in these slides. It is eukaryotic and prokaryotic cell. Eukaryotic is when the cell has well-defined nucleus and well-defined cell is there. But in prokaryotic, the what happens is that the cell cytoplasm, the protoplasm and the nucleoplasm and the cytoplasm are undifferentiated because the nucleus is not well defined. It spreads in a whole plant body and it does not have cell organelles. So with this we complete the chapter. I hope you must have understood the chapter. Thank you.